Okay. Just an extension of the chapter of circle. Again, I'm telling you, this will be calculation intensive exam. Yeah, madam. Calculation intensive exam, not exam, rather chapter. Areas related to circle. Areas related to circles. So this is like a smaller brother or a sister of surface area and volume, where they will not love you. Upfront I'm saying they'll not love you. It will be calculation intensive. Okay? Right. So let's get on to some basics. Since this is about circle, so we're gonna talk all about a circle. So this is a circle, right? A circle is distinguished by a unique measurement which is known as its radius. So this is the radius of my circle. Okay, so I call this as a radius. This is my radius, and usually we denote it with an R, having a circle at center O, right? Couple of measurements that we should know with relation to this circle. Number one is, what is the circumference of a circle? Kido cheeze padhenge. Circumference is given as 2 times pi times r, or you can also write it as pi into d, where d is the diameter given by twice of r. Clear? Nothing great. Okay, right. If you have a semicircle, now this is for a circle. Okay, this is for a circle. If I have a semicircle, then my circumference always stands for the curved portion. So my circumference will become 2 pi r divided by 2, which equals to pi r, or it is same as pi d by 2. Have you understood this or not? When I say semicircle, means I'm only bothered about the circumference of the semicircle, right? If you talk about the perimeter of a semicircle, if this is the perimeter, then it is the entire papad, right? So entire papad is pi r plus 2r. 2 pi r by 2. 2 pi r is this, and you add another 2r. Or it can also be written as pi r plus the diameter. Anyone who has issues with these things? Usually children do a mistake on semicircles, circumference and perimeter. Circumference means only this much. Perimeter means you have to add the diameter also. Are we fine? It's all about 2D. So that's about circle. The angle that you subtend at the center of a circle is 360 degrees. This is 360. The angle that we subtend at the center of a circle. And if I take a chord, or sorry, 2 radius, and I map out a sector, say for example, I have something which is like 2 radius, and these 2 radius are going to give me one slice of a pizza, and that slice of a pizza is known as sector. We discussed this in last class. So obviously you'll get one slice of pizza, which is known as your sector, but this is your minor sector. And after you've taken that one slice, the portion of pizza that remains is your major sector. Minor sector, major sector. And when we said, what do you mean by the word subtends? Whenever you say subtends, you look at the arc is AB, and take both ends of the arc and make his hand do a namaskar at the center. So I would say that theta is the angle subtended by the arc AB. So how do we write it? We write arc AB subtends an angle which is equal to theta. Have you understood this nomenclature? You can't confuse it. AB means from A to B, right? So we will have the major arc which is known as BA. This subtends 360 degree minus theta. This is known as my minor arc, and this is known as my major arc. And similarly, the minor arc will form a sector which is known as the minor sector, and BA, the arc BA will actually map what is known as the major sector. Have we understood these or not? ठीक है, दो और चीज पढ़ना है, उसके बाद प्रॉब्लम्स. Clear? Minor sector, major sector. Apart from Manthan, which school has done this chapter? Because you had your break. Okay. Any other school who has started this? Not yet. Okay, fine. So major sector, minor sector हो गया. Any doubt? No doubt. Right. Fine. Good. आगे चलते हैं और थोड़ा सा और. Can I rub this, children? Okay. Let's go one step more deeper into it. Okay. So go back and I draw my circle once again. So this is my circle, right? And now everything we will see from the sector's perspective, okay? From the sector perspective. So let's plot a sector out here. Right? So this is AB, arc AB, a minor arc, subtending an angle theta at the center of the circle. Obviously, this measures to a radius. This also measures to a radius, right? Good. Then, what do? We now take a chord in this circle and we join AB. We join AB. As soon as you make a chord, then you have two slices of papad. The bottom portion is known as a segment, right? So I'll write something. Tell me if you have understood or not. If I look at a sector, and my sector is say AOB, the sector AOB comprises of triangle AOB plus the minor segment. Have you understood this or not? The sector AOB comprises of the triangle and the minor segment. Are we fine? This is called minor segment, and the bigger part of the papad will be known as major segment. Sectors are always analogous to pizza slices. Segments are always analogous to papad. If you break a papad, then what you get is a segment. Minor segment, major segment. And if you slice out a pizza, what do you get? You get a sector. Major sector, minor sector, major sector. Understood? Right. Now, in this chapter, we will be also interested to know the area of a sector. Obviously, as per this statement, it should be the area of triangle AOB plus the area of the segment, or I would write the minor segment. Yes or no, children? There is no formula available with us. There is no formula available with us which helps us compute the area of a segment. Segment का area तो हम निकाल नहीं सकते. We have got no formulas with it. So what do? All the problems will have the interest in which they will ask you what is the area of the segment. They'll ask you what is the area of the segment. So you say that it is the parent area, that is the area of the sector, minus the area of triangle. Have we understood? Because segment we don't have a formula. So we will take out segment by knowing the sector area as well as the triangle area. Have you understood? Right, good. So let's focus on this part now, in which we are going to talk about area of the sector and area of the triangle. You understand? Okay, I'll keep it this way here. So our thought process now boils down to area of sector. Now, if you look at the sector is a cut portion of the pizza. It's like a pizza slice. This takes you back to grade 8. Did you do pie charts? Yes, you did pie charts. How did you do pie charts? You used to say that my overall, all the scores as total for all my subjects, 5 subjects, is 500 marks, right? Out of which I scored how much? I scored maybe 480. So my 480 is the net score that I achieved in the exam. How is my 480 split up? I say partially has been taken by science, math, social, my second language, and English, right? So we want to see it as a pie chart. So how do we used to see? We used to see it like a percentage portion. You have to say percentage, but that gives you more clarity. So say suppose I scored 480 and say suppose I have scored say 60 in English, right? So out of 480, 60 marks belongs to English. So percentage wise English is how much? 60 by 480 multiplied by 100, right? Now if you want to show it in a circle, if I want to show it in a circle, then my whole circle used to represent not 500, my 480. In cricket we call it the wagon wheel. The whole wheel shows the batsman's score. Then they will show how much through long on, how much through covers, how much through third man, how much through boundaries. That is what they split. It is not the team total. It is the total of the batsman. So my pie chart is the total of my score. And in my score, how much does science contribute? How much does English contribute? Now we know that as a percentage. And if we add up the percentage of everything, right? Sorry, the marks of everything, then we should get 480. But how do you represent it in a circle? Well, one of the logic that tells me is that every pizza slice has to be proportional to the subject score. Don't you feel? If English was more, English ka pizza bada hona chahiye. If my math score was less, the maths pizza slice should be smaller. So we should be proportional. Proportional to what? To the area of the circle. Proportional to the area of the circle, right? So this is today what we are interested is, our interest today is to find out what is the area of this particular sector. That is what we are interested to. The entire sector. What is it? Now the entire sector is a portion of the circle. How much is it a portion of the circle? It's very easy. The 360 is the net revolution of the circle. We'll see it as a factor. How much fraction is it? It is a theta degree upon 360 degree. This is the fraction. Itna fraction of what? The area of the circle. Ab मान लो, I appeared in one subject and I scored 80 in that subject. What is my total score? 80. And how much did I score in that one subject? 80. I ask you to show it in a pie chart. What will you show? The entire 80 marks. The entire 80 marks solid circle. So 360 by 360 into pi r square. That is 1 into pi r square. One circle. Have you understood? A sector is, देखो यहाँ से शुरू करते हैं, यहाँ से शुरू करते हैं, यहाँ से करके यहाँ घूम के आएंगे तो how much did you travel? 360. 360 upon 360 is 1. Now how much are you traveling? We started from here. We are traveling only theta. Theta portion of 360. This is how much? If you look at the angle part, then it is theta portion of 360. So this is actually the factor. This is your factor. And with this factor, you will always multiply the area of the circle. That's it. You get your area. Clear? Koi tough nahi hai. Sector formula, we have only one formula. Pi r square theta by 360 degree. So many people remember it like pi r square theta by 360. I say that remember it this way. Theta portion of 360 into pi r square. Acha bolo to, if it was that the sector is a formation of a semicircle, that means half the circle, what is the angle it will subtend? 180 degree. 180 upon 360 is how much? Half of the area of the circle. Okay, if my sectors are quadrants, the angle they subtend is 90 degree. So 90 upon 360 is how much? 1/4. So 1/4 into pi r square is pi r square by 4. That is 1/4 of a pizza. लॉजिक समझ में आ गया? बहुत अच्छी बात है, शार्प बच्चे हो आप लोग. अच्छा, झमेला जो होगा ना, the झमेला is going to come out here in triangle. So let me take my triangle. I'm just drawing the triangle separately outside. Okay. Okay. Yo. Now this is my triangle OAB. Both of them are radius. Do you agree or not? That means if this angle is x, this angle is also x. So you have to apply a lot of tricks. You need the area of the triangle. Okay. All we are interested is what is the, all we are interested is what is the area of triangle. Now, one of the easiest way to find out the area of triangle, if luck is very good with you, which it will not be, वो भी पहले ही बोल दिया, तो आप क्या करो, अगर आपको angle bisector, so this is isosceles, angle bisector will be perpendicular bisector. Remember these things in your problems. Angle bisector has to be perpendicular, but this is isosceles because both of these will be the radius of the circle. So one of the important ways to find out is that you should know the chord length. Now, if you don't know the chord length, then this is simply a by 2. This is simply a by 2. Do you agree? The entire chord is of length a. So this is a by 2. This is a by 2. Provided this is perpendicular, and if this is perpendicular, this angle should be equal to this angle, right? These two angles should be equal. समझ में आया बेटा? ये कितना हो गया? ये r है. Now to find out the area of the circle is very simple. If the problem comes in this manner, you say half into base, which is a, multiplied by the height. Can you tell me what will be the height of this circle? The height of this circle will be root under r square minus a square by 4. a by 2 कैसे होगा रे? Hypotenuse square minus a square by 4. Okay, a by 2. So this is one way of finding. Many books will simplify and give you a formula. Don't break your head to memorize that formula. This is from common sense, you should be able to do. Understood? This is one way of finding the area. Another way, which is a bad way of finding the area, if you don't have the altitude, the only way that you can do it is, if you know the chord length, say suppose the chord length is given to you. Say suppose the chord length is given to you, which is A. Do not attempt to go for Heron's formula. You will be unnecessarily making things complicated. If this is A, you can straight away drop a perpendicular. And then the perpendicular will divide it into a by 2, a by 2. You need not worry. Why? You are in an isosceles triangle. And if you are on an isosceles triangle, you know this is a by 2. You know this is the radius. So you can compute the area. Another third way of doing it. Right. There's a third way of doing it also, in which, say suppose this angle is some alpha, say x is equal to alpha, is known to me. Alpha is known to me. Say alpha is given. Now how they may give you alpha? They may be very, very stylish. They may give you this angle. Still you will know how to take out alpha. Suppose they tell you that this angle is equal to 60 degree. Twice of alpha plus 60 is equal to 180, right? So twice of alpha should be equal to 120. So this means this is 60, this is 60, right? ऐसे दे सकता है, इसको 45 करके दे सकता है आपको, जैसे भी है, ये दे दिया आपको, ये एंगल्स मिल गए. अगर आपको alpha is given or you can ascertain alpha in some way, then another way is to use trigonometry, right? So let's see the use of trigonometry out here and see how we can actually use trigonometry also to find out the area of the circle. So our interest is simple. All we need is the value of this fellow h. We need the value of this height. Once you know the value of height, trigonometry is applicable only to right angle triangles. Take half the triangle. They all will be congruent to each other. Okay, it's bisector. So now there are various ways you can take. If I take the ratio sine of alpha, how much do you get? Opposite side by hypotenuse. This is one ratio we can take. If suppose the base is given to us, we can also take tan of alpha, which is equal to h upon a by 2. Got it? And say suppose h is given but a by 2 is not given to you, then you can take cos of alpha. Cos alpha is how much? A by 2 upon r. These ratios you can use. Predominantly we will be falling always short of h. So what is h from this formula? H is equal to sine r. Okay, r sine alpha, sorry. H is equal to r sine alpha. So what is the area of the triangle? Area of triangle AOB, right? Now you take the smaller triangle, that is half, into its base, which is a by 2. into the height, which is r sine alpha. This is area of one right angle triangle. Obviously, you should have another 2 because it's two triangles. So 2 and 2 cancel each other. This becomes a by 2 r sine alpha. If you go with R.D. Sharma and all, they will put them as formulas. I said don't put them, don't take it as formulas. Understand it and apply it. कितना याद करोगे? याद करोगे तो you'll do something garbar. But if you remember it, understand it, then job becomes easy. Have you understood? So if they give you this angle as 120, you'll be landing up with 30 and 30. Obviously, you should also know the values. Do we know the values? Sine 30 is half. Cos 30 root 3 by 2. Sine 60 root 3 by 2. Cos 60 half. Sine 45 1 by root 2. Sine and बस हो गया 30 45. इससे ज़्यादा और कुछ नहीं रहेगा आपके लिए. 30 60 45 बस और कुछ नहीं रहेगा. जीरो देने से यहाँ स्लाइस बनेगा क्या? कुछ भी मतलब. तो और थोड़ा रोल है आज घर में. Exercise your tear glands. Any question so far? हाँ. Joy madam, you understood. These are easy things. And I'll say don't memorize these formulas. The more you memorize, the more you'll goof up. So try to understand how to solve a problem by looking at it. Shall we? 2 classes. 1 class today and 1 class after this. Unless and until pi is specified to you, it's just the same way. Try to take it as 22 over 7. If they say take it 3.14, then only go for 3.14. And fraction is always better to handle than decimal. Remember that. Chale bachcha. And NCERT. So NCERT is your backbone for this chapter. Shall I rub this? Okay, chaliye. Let's take problems. And I'm starting with examples from NCERT. The cost of fencing a circular field. So we have a circular field. Okay. We have a circular field and there is a cost of fencing. Hey, बुक मत खोलो जब आप एग्जाम्पल कर रहे हो. जब खोलने का होगा मैं बोलूंगा. बुक खोलना मतलब you will get biased. Right. The circular field is being fenced at a cost of 24 rupees. Okay. At a rate of rupees 24 per meter. If you fence it at this cost, then the cost comes out to be 5280 rupees. 5280. This is the cost that's come up. Now further, the field is to be plowed at the rate of 0.50 per meter square, and then you have to plow the field also, and the labor for this is 0.50 per meter square. I don't know which age labor rates are, but 50 paise per meter square they'll plow. And they have said that in this problem you use pi as 22 over 7. Find the cost of plowing the field. So they have said, what is the cost of plowing the field? The field. Obviously, you have the rate per meter square. है ना? जरा सोच के देखो. Now, let's just try and look at this problem. So I have a circular field. The cost of fencing. Fencing means which part of the field will you use? The circumference. You fence always on the circumference. So this is what you have fenced. And that's why the rate is given in a linear format. That is per unit they have given you, per meter. So Let's start from here. The entire cost of fencing, the cost of fencing must be equal to whatever is the circumference into the rate. And if you look at the rate is per meter. So I know this data and I know this data. I have to find out what is the circumference. So tell me, how much is the circumference? The circumference would be equal to the cost of fencing, which is how much? 5280 divided by 24, which gives me 220 meters. Others can check. This is my circumference. Sir, why did you find the circumference? First question is, because end of the day, and after that, what are you doing, children? You're going to plow this field. You're going to plow this field. So while plowing, which is the part that you're using? Area of the circle. That's why the plowing rate is also in meter square. So if you want to find the cost of plowing, अगर आपको cost of plowing find करना है, तो आपको क्या चाहिए? You need the area multiplied by the rate. And what is the area? Pi r square into the rate. Rate is how much? 0.50. The problem is that you don't know what is r square. This r square data will come out from the circumference. So let's see the circumference. 2 times pi into r should be equal to 220. That means 2 cancels 220 as 110, right? And r should be equal to 110 over pi, which means 110. You can just keep it as 110 over pi now. It makes it a little bit easy. This is my radius. And punch this radius out here. Pi into, what is r? This is 110, huh, children? R is equal to 110 over pi. So we have pi into 110 into 110 over pi into 0.5, which is equal to half. It's easy to handle fractions. Pi takes over pi, and this will go as 55. So 55 into 110 divided by pi, 7 by 22. So 1110, 11 2s are 22, 2 5s are 10. That makes it 55. 50 into 5 is 5 5 25. 250 plus another 25, which makes it 275 multiplied by 7. So how much is it? 7 5 35, 3 carry over, 7 7 49, 50 51 52, 5 carry over, 7 2 14, 14 plus 5 19. So many rupees should be my cost of plowing the field. Check kar lo. Easy problem. Anyone has any issue? Good. So your next test 12.1. Now I want you to do 12.1. There are only 5 problems. So let's do the 5th problem, because it's usually expected that the 5th one is the most toughest one. Let's do the last one, and the last one has got 3 different parts to it. So like we can take any one part and solve the problem. Not like that, I'm saying. You all have 14 questions. That means you all have got it clubbed.
Yeah, we have only one.
You have 1 exercise. I have 2 exercises. I'm old. Oh, we don't have 2 examples. I had only 1 example out here. Just to have 2 exercises. Do you have this problem? I'm just reading it out. Pick the correct answer and then do one thing. I want you to do this problem if you have it. The wheels of a car are of diameter 80 centimeter each. Do you have this problem? Huh? You don't have it? Okay. Very good. No, then not required. Radii of 2 circles are 19 and 9. No, you don't have that also. So that means you have all from the segment problem. Okay, let's do one example problem. I'll give you the data. Can I rub this off? And then we go to the exercises. Okay, let's take one more example and let's see whether you're able to do this or not. Okay, find the area of the sector of a circle. I want you to find the sector area. I will not provide you the diagram, that you have to do on your own. Sector area of a circle whose radius is equal to 4 cm, and the angle that the sector subtends is 30 degree. That means theta is equal to 30 degree. Angles, I've mentioned this theta, I should have rather written angle subtended at the center. Also, once you have found this, you also find what is the area of the major sector, and pi to be taken as 3.1. Very easy problem. Sorry, 30 degrees is the angle that it is subtending. First, draw a figure. Arjun, figure bana raha hai? You'll land up in problem. I've told you many times, I'll not tell again. If you don't make figures, you're going to land up in problem. They'll deduct marks. As simple as that. अमूल्य साहब समझ में आए कि नहीं? बहुत अच्छी बात है. खुश रहिए. Circle and the radius is 4 centimeter. So let's have our radius 4 centimeter, and the angle that the circle subtends, the arc subtends is 30 degrees. So this angle is 30 degree. 0, A, B. This is 4. This is 4. Get me the minor sector area as well as the major sector area. Right. So there are a couple of, you have how many examples? Only 2. So we have from plethora of examples. Let's do those. Yes. करो. मेरा मुंह देखने से थोड़ी होगा, ये तो easy question है. Solve the problem. These are all time pass activity you are doing. डेसिमल में गलती मारे हो कहीं. माइनर 1, हाउ मच यू गेट? वो 4 पॉइंट कितना आया था आपको? हाँ, दैट इज करेक्ट. सॉरी, माइनर इज 4.19 roughly. 30 by 360 into 3.14 into 4 into 4. What, Neha madam? Huh? What did you? Where did you go wrong? Fine. You gave it more. You wanted a bigger slice of pizza. Heard. लिख के भी दिया, फिर भी गलती लिखते हो. Major arc नहीं, area of major sector 46.1. Yes. So major arc actually you can find in 2 ways. Either you compute the circle area and you take out the sector area, or you compute the major arc straight away at one time. How can you do that? सब रेस में लग गए. मेजर आर्क को एक ही बार में कैसे निकालोगे? पाई आर स्क्वायर थीटा की जगह होगा 360 माइनस थीटा अपॉन 360 इंटू पाई आर स्क्वायर. Done. Can we progress to the next one? Okay, let's take the next one. Draw a circle and try to make and have a chord which is AB on that. Draw a circle, make a chord AB, and form the segment and the triangle. Segment is already formed once you have drawn the chord. So draw the two radius touching on either side A and B. Are we done? We have a circle, we have a chord which is AB. Avoid sketching. AB, or you can make it just one impression even if you're doing rough. AB, and AB is joined by two radiuses. So now you have a segment as well as you have a chord and a sector and all. On that portion of the arc AB, put a point Y. Just put a point Y anywhere. Okay, done. Right. You need to find the segment area AYB. AYB is the segment, right? The papad. They don't write, they have brought the Y to make you understand that it's a segment. AYB. Right. Etch that portion, AYB, the segment, minor segment, etch it up. Done. You need to get me the area of this, where the circle's radius is 21 centimeter and angle AOB is 120 degree. Pi to be taken as 22 upon 7. Solve. What was the radius is between 21 centimeter and the angle subtended is 120 degree. Pi is always dear 22 by 7. The day it changes the value, I'll let you know. And if you get to know earlier than me, then you please. And if no one gets to know, then we'll get to know for someone. But pi is 22 by 7. $462. That's the area of the sector. I've asked you to find out the area of the segment. I'm done. What is the technique you'll employ? तो निकालो कितना टाइम लगता है? Area of the triangle. Separate the triangle out and check how to get the altitude of the triangle or the base area, whatever way you want. Angle measurement is given 120. So use your common sense. If you drop a perpendicular from that vertex, that is the center, the two triangles will have their top angles as how much? 60, 60. And 60, 90, that means the other angle should be 30. अब वो 90 होगा? बिल्कुल होगा, हमने perpendicular draw किया है. Now you apply trigonometry and try to get the value of done. Array, what you people? Don't you think you have a formation of a triangle like this? And this angle is how much? यहाँ से perpendicular drop करो ना पूरा. Drop a perpendicular from here. If you drop the perpendicular, then what happens? This fellow is an a by 2. This fellow is an a by 2. What is the radius? 21. This fellow is how much? 60. Bas, ho gaya. All you need is the value of, you need the value of this and you need the value of this. Let's first find out the value of a by 2. So how to find out a by 2? Sine of 60 should be equal to a by 2 upon 21. Do you agree? So we say a upon 2 is equal to 21 times root 3 by 2, or a by 2 means 2 and 2 cancels each other. A is equal to 21 root 3. Have we understood? 21 root 3. So a by 2 will be equal to 21 root 3 divided by 2. And we also need the height. So bacha, how do we get the height? In order to get the height, use cos 60. Cos of 60 will be equal to the height h over 21. So h becomes equals to 21 into half. Cos 60 is half. So which is equal to 21 by 2. Now you need the area of the triangle. I need the area of the triangle. So the area of the triangle would be half into base into altitude. Base is how much? Half of 21 by 3, half of 21 by 3. If I add them, they become 21 root 3. Into the altitude, and the altitude is how much? 21 by 2. So that's it. 441 root 3 by 4. This is the area of the triangle. Now find out what you have been asked to find out. Find the area of the segment. So segment area should be sector area minus triangle area. So what is the sector area? Sector area 462. Very good. From 462 you deduct 441 by 4 root 3. ऐसे ही root 3 रख सकते हो. मैं वही सोचा किताब खुला है, वरना इतना जल्दी तुम 441 root 3 by 4 कैसे बोल दिया? हाँ है. अच्छा, बहुत अच्छी बात. Very good. Bah. Have you understood this problem? So now we proceed to 12.2. Is there a horses pegged problem? Do that horses pegged problem. That is interesting one. Question number 8 here. A horse is pegged. Try that. By that time your clock will also go till 6:30. What you are looking for. Vanya has looked at least 7 times at the clock. So the more she looks, she will need a Volini after this. Neck pain. If you tie a horse pegged right at the vertex of the square, then how does the horse move? The horse will move like a arc, quadrant arc. Yes, that means it's a part of a sector. I do the problem. It was a horrible day at our tower today. Some great Nobel Prize you should give to that person. They planned a tank overhead cleaning on a that too on a festive season when everybody is at home. When the children go to school, people go to office. That day you plan. The workload is less. I've seen this many times. There is water at least. Today there is no water. Plus they also did flush water cleaning, thinking that people in the house have only intake, no outtake of any matter from their body. So at last I wrote, whatever cleaning you have done, do it, because Bisleri is not going to come now. These are things which you should apply when you get into job. Common sense. You know what they will say now? We give notice. Now how do you contest that? Even if you give a notice for a wrong act, the act cannot be justified. I will kill you tomorrow. I have given you a notice today. It cannot be a notice, right? Try the problem. Are you able to crack it or not? A horse is tied to peg around the corner of a square shaped like a grass. No, that's fine. I'm doing it for many years. Okay. Grass, field of sight 15 meters by means of a 5-meter long rope. So what is the rope going to behave? Rope is going to behave as the radius. And how much is the square side? 15 meter. Find the area of part of the field in which the horse can graze. So horse will be able to graze only on a sector portion. How do you know 1/4 of the area? Huh? So how do you know it is exactly half of the circle? Is the radius half of 15? The radius is only 5. The radius is only 5. You know why this is happening? You are still trying to debate on that NCRT photo, but you have not made the picture on your. बनाया तो ऐसे कैसे गलती होता है? Radius is 5. 1/3. So what is the angle in this case? 90 degree. So 1/4 pi r square theta by 360. Theta by 360 is 1/4. Into pi, do we know? Yes. R square, do we know? Yes, 25. So we should be able to solve. Make your hands dirty. You have to knead the dough, Zoe. No point thinking that mud will not stick. It's the book is with you, right? Use 22/7 if you see that there is a potential chance of knocking off one fraction or not. And the next question is far more easier. ये अगर नहीं बनेगा तो अम्ब्रेला वाला क्वेश्चन कैसे करोगे? 5 markers for this chapter? 3. But the 3 markers will be such that if they click, they will click for you. If they don't click, then you will go on opening umbrella and closing it. But still you will get wet in rain. अरे हो गया? Hey, lazy, why are you doing it here? You do it out here. That habit will not go, ma'am. You'll do that during your exam also. So take a ruler. There's a shortage of ruler. There are 3 rulers out here, sponsored by Jaideep Das. You want bigger size? I have that also. Sponsored. All rulers are there. सबके सब सो रहे हो. So is the full to counting. 10 minutes, 9 minutes. देखो पीछे आंसर है. नहीं निकला अभी भी? करेक्ट था, हो गया। हॉर्स टाइट प्रॉब्लम पूरा हो गया, पार्ट 1 पार्ट 2। Why do you make so big calculation? ऐसा कौन सा हार्ड कैलकुलेशन कर रहे हो? Shall I do it? Did it tally? Anyone wants help? क्या help है बोलो? What have you been asked? The other day I was seeing something like the period left from October, November, December, January, February, right? So if from October, if you target 4 chapters of maths per month, till done, right from scratch, 4 maths chapters in the month of October should be your target. 95 आ जाएगा. 4 chapters. सारे chapters, all topics, all the subjects, you find out how many chapters are there. Chemistry, how many? 4. Physics? 4. Physics 4. 2 of 2, 4, 4, 8. And bio? 5. 13. 13 to be completed in 4 months. 3, 3.5. So that should be your target. You have to slog out these 4 months. आराम से हो जाता है. Okay. लेकिन हम करेंगे ही नहीं. We don't want to do. You can say whatever you like. Okay. How much is the square side, beta? 20? 15 is the square side. So this much is how much? 15. Okay. So this is 15. Right, this much is 15, and the horse is going to graze somewhat like this. The horse is going to graze like this. And what is the radius with which the horse is grazing? 5 meters. They have asked you what? How much area will the horse graze? So the horse is going to graze only this much area. And that is the area of the sector which will be given. That the area that the horse will graze, this area would be how much? Pi r square theta upon 360 degree. So theta upon 360 makes it 1/4, and you are supposed to have a pi r square. Pi to be taken as in this problem 3.14 into r square. What is r? 5 into 5, 25. Okay, कर लेते हैं इसको. So 5 into 5 is how much? 25. Okay, 25. We are going to 25 multiplying by 3.14 is very easy. 25 into 4 is 100. 10 carry over. 25 ones are 25 plus 10, 35. 3 carry over. 25 threes are 75. 75 plus 3 is 78. Point after 2 places upon 4. If you keep crying, you keep crying. After 2 places. Right? 4 ones are 4, 3, 38. 4 nines are 36. Then 2, 25. 4 6 are 24. 1, 10. 4 2s are 8. 2, 20. 4 5s are 20. 19.6. Because I multiplied 25 with 4. Now 25 se multiply is easy. 25 into 4 is 100. 100 0, 10 carry over. 25 ones are, see how, what my mind is seeing this as. My mind is seeing this as 25 into 3.14. 25 into 4 is 100. 10 carry over. 25 ones are 25 plus 10, 35, 3 carry over, 25 3s are 75 plus 3, 78. Point after two places, point after two places. Yeah, yeah. Now I'm dividing. Now how does my mind see this? 4 and 7. 4 ones are 4. 7 minus 4 is 3. 3 into 8 is 3 and 8 is 38. 4 nines are 36. 2. 2 and after that to bring this down you have to put the point. 2 25. 4 6 24. 1 10. 4 2 8. Another 2. 2 0 20. 4 5 20. So this becomes 19.63. Zoe will make one light shade rough, then some more, some this, then watches right inside the sleeve. Is it 6:30? हो गया तो कितना टाइम चाहिए? आप कैलकुलेशन को आसान करना सोचो. At this point, I was also a little bit bocklaufied like you. What to do, यार सब कुछ. लेकिन when I saw 5 into 5 is 25. 25 से multiply करना तो easy होता है रे.
So I gathered it to fractions. 25 and 100 को cancel किया.
किसको फ्रैक्शन में लाया?
3.14.
You are not allowed to do that. ना जब आपको 3.14 बोला है तो आप 3.14 ही यूज करेंगे. Don't use 22 by 7.
No, I did use that.
Then how did you bring it to fraction? 314 by 100.
So 25 and 100.
Oh.
4.
Oh.
314 by 10.
So good. So you should have done more faster. What is the next part of the problem?
The radius was 10 meters.
If the radius was 10 meters, then how much will it be? Pi r square hai. Don't multiply by 4. The radius, the area is on r square terms, not r. Right? So let's see that if you multiply it. So in this case, what will it happen? 1/4 still remains as 1/4. Pi, that is 3.14. And how much is your radius now? 100. Oh, अब तो life और easy हो गया. Pi r square theta by 360 degree. इसमें कितना हो गया? आप इसको 25 से जैसे करना है. 314 को 4 से काट लो. 4 7 28 29 30 31 3 and 4 34. Then you do 4 9s are 36. 4 8s are 32. 220.
The diameter of the machine is 8.8.
Yeah.
Answer.
78. क्यों? Miss आपने कुछ?
8.8.
Oh, you have to find the increase in area, ना? हाँ. So this is this area. So the increase will be this area minus that area. Correct. So can I expect that you all will do some problems from here and come? I'm going to give you only one more class on this. We're not going to waste time. One more class and our syllabus is over. And then we start with our proper preparation. One more class, and that class will happen now on next Wednesday. So you have time till next Wednesday to wrap up this chapter.
Wednesday and Sunday, most probably.
Acha. So next Wednesday we should be finishing it, and Monday we have a class. Sunday we don't have a class. Monday we continue with physics. So physics after Monday we will take the next Sunday, and by next Monday we will be done with physics. उससे और ज़्यादा नहीं लगेगा हमें. ठीक है? Right then, enjoy and see you on Monday. Until then, please take some time to finish this exercise.